to another exciting episode of Doug's Electronic Repair Bench.
Here with you on this beautiful Monday morning. Just enjoying the fresh air through the window. Not much going on. Garbage pickup has not commenced yet. The agenda for today is going to be planning the circuit board wiring and maybe even starting some of the wiring on the DC panel. Now that I have the successful test and I figured out my problem, I want to carry on with the construction. Like I said, the switch was shipped. Now, when I get a notification, and you guys that buy things on eBay know this, it doesn't mean that it actually has been shipped yet. It means that the seller has went through PayPal to purchase postage to ship the item, and until they take it to the actual shipping location, whether it be the post office or the UPS or FedEx, whatever, it's still sitting at his house. And that's the status I'm getting, is basically the seller has, purchased the postage in order to, or the whatever, to mail it, ship it. It just hasn't been shipped yet, so not sure when that'll happen. But I have come to the conclusion that the fuse that I bought, and I'm not really upset that I bought all those fuse holders because I will use them, but the one I bought is not going to be used, I don't believe, in this project because it's not really necessary. If anything, the boo-boo I made with the wiring has proven to me that a DC side fuse is not really necessary. I was going to put in a 10 amp fuse, and it blew the 6 amp fuse in the variac when it was short circuited, so I'm assuming the voltage didn't get very high when that happened with that dead short. So I think that now that I've replaced that fuse with a 5 amp fuse, I think that should be very fine. In fact, I'm planning to blow another fuse on purpose just to see what kind of amperage it will handle, I guess is what I'm saying. I've got a device out in the garage. It's a drill that I think will be sufficient to draw enough current to probably pop the fuse, and we'll see if that happens or not. The other thing I wanted to do about that device is to find out what kind of voltage it uses, and try to find an adapter for it to they give me another drill. And like I said, it's just one of the things I wanted to do. But I just don't see it being necessary because of, the relationship between the AC side and the DC side. It's close enough to where even if I draw 6 or 7 amps before that blows, that's still plenty. And also it gave me pause for the cause to probably use the smaller switch, because That's getting closer to that rating on that, as far as what's going to be, used with that device. So I don't know, I'm rambling and didn't really mean to ramble. I'm just sitting here enjoying this air. I've got to go out and roll my car windows down so it'll be nice and cool in there when I go pick up the girls this afternoon. So without further ado, I think we will I will go out and roll the windows down and come back in, and we'll go into the workshop and see what kind of trouble we can get into in there. So we'll be back in a sec. Back in the workshop now, everybody. I ran into a problem as soon as I got back here. I was sitting in my chair this morning thinking, did I turn the soldering iron off the last time I used it? And that was the other day, and I'm not really sure if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I believe it was the day before yesterday that I used to solder the circuit board on this DC panel. And what happened is I soldered that first off and did a little solder work on that, and I replaced the soldering iron in the holder and kind of forgot all about it because I never used it again. And I think I need to it's got a, let me show you on this other camera. Okay, I'm looking at it, the soldering station, from my viewpoint. In other words, this is what I see when I look at it. And as you can see, I cannot see the little red light that comes on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that cardboard down to where I can see the red light from here. And that will go a long way as to help me not forget that again, because the little red light, is on. You can see it and you know it's on, but if you don't see it, you don't know it's on. So that, and also the rewiring of the bench itself is another reason I want that rewired, just so that doesn't happen as soon as I turn those lights out. These lights here, when they go out, everything goes out. That's the way it should be. And once I get that rewired, that's the way it will be. So that's another thing I need to do. So this was the whole thing I wanted to prevent from happening with that rewiring, is accidentally leave the soldering iron on, because that's not really good on the soldering iron. I don't believe it hurt it a lot. Might have to sand that tip a little bit, but it's still warm. So I just turned it off when I came in here, because I was looking for it, when I came in, and I saw that the red light was on. So I need to get that changed over, and that will, like I said, that until I can get the wiring redone, that will help a lot to get this to where it doesn't happen again, I hope. So again, what I'm trying to do is to figure out what I'm going to where I'm going to put what, and what I'm going to put where, and just basically try to figure this out. And I think what I'll do is do this all off camera and bring you back to show you what I came up with, because the process I used to figure it out is not going to help anybody. It's kind of an obvious thing. I mean, you put things on one side that they go on that side, and put things on the other side, they go on the other side. Pretty simple. So here are the motorcycles out. I kind of wish I had mine, but anywho, enough rambling there. I spent most of the time, all the time so far, talking. So enough of that. I'm going to get into doing, and I'll bring you back when I have something to show you. Alright, back here with you again, YouTube. I have the ground soldered in. This runs from the negative terminal of the rectifier over here, and goes on top of the board there for a little ways, as you can see right there, and it goes on top there, and it goes on the bottom here and the bottom here till it curves over here to the end of the negative end of the capacitor. So that's all nice and solid now, don't have to worry about that. And that will be, in case I needed access to a negative terminal on top or something, they're there. I doubt that I will, but you never can tell. So, and also I found a resistor for my bleeder resistor. It's kind of hard to see, but that is a 47K ohm resistor, and it's, I believe it's a 1/4 watt. It may be an 1/8 watt, I don't know, but we'll try it and see how it works. If it doesn't get too hot, then we can use it. But anywho, I got that off the board that George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, sent me to with all the parts on it. There may be another larger resistor on there. I'll have to check it. That's just the first one I saw real quick when I was looking at it. I didn't have any in my stash of half watt, so I thought we'd go this route. And probably what I'm thinking about doing now is arranging the Zener diodes on the board to get them in place, and they'll go basically between the plus and the minus of the capacitor, or the plus and the minus of the board, if you'd rather say it that way. So they could go on either side, but probably I'll mount them on the other side with join them on this side, make the necessary series connections, and then run them over to the plus and the minus. So that is what I will do for that. So just going to take some more thinking about it, and that's what I'm here to do. I still have quite a bit of time before I have to go get the girls. I have to look and see. It's 12:39. I have basically 2 hours yet before I have to leave to go get them. So we'll do some more thinking and planning and get back to you. Oh, we have another little bit accomplished here. Have the Zener diodes in place. I did, like I said, when it was 48 volts is plenty. That's how they're laid out. They get the let's see where my little screwdriver goes. It's hard to see, but you have cathode, 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 and that means the cathode is going to positive. The anode is going underneath the board here. I'll show you in a second. Over here to the negative, and so that, like I said, this is the anode from the first one. Goes up to the cathode, and the cathode connects to the anode of the second one, goes through cathode of the second one and connects to the anode of the third one. Cathode of the third one connects to the anode of the fourth one, and the cathode connects to positive, just like I said. And that's how that's laid out. So we have pretty much of that wiring complete. Now there's not too much more that goes on this board as far as circuitry. As I mentioned, I think I'm going to try it without the fuse. For one thing, it's a space issue. For another thing, I believe the 5 amp fuse in the variac will blow as soon as this thing starts to conduct, which makes it basically a short circuit. So I don't think there'll be any problem with that at all. So if there is, I can always put a fuse in between the plus of this and the or plus of this. Well, anyway, between the conduction points of the what am I trying to say here? Okay, I have it here, and here is the other positive. Oh, between these 2 points here, I can put the I can put a fuse in there, and that would blow very quick if these short circuit. So that's what I will do if it causes a problem the other way. I don't see it happening because I shorted this out once, and when I did, it blew the fuse in the variac, and that was with a 6.3 amp fuse in there, and I've got a 5 amp fuse in it now, so it should blow just as easily. So I'm not going to worry about it too much at the time. I don't think it'll cause any problems. The ammeter itself will go up to 10 amps, so, and I think it does have over voltage protection too. So anywho, we'll go with that for now until proven otherwise that I need to make changes to it. So I think that will be good. And once I get this all done, I'm going to test it again with the meters, and in fact, I may go ahead and just finish up the wiring. And I want to put that little bleeder resistor in there and try that, see how well that works. So I'm just going to use a clip lead for it for now, and so I can monitor, see how warm it's getting, things like that. So that's what we're doing now. I'll bring you back. It's about 1:30 now in the afternoon. I still have close to an hour before I have to get ready to go get the girls, and I'll bring you back when I have more. Alright, back once more. What I've got here is the meter hookup for the voltmeter. This is the only hookup for the voltmeter. This is the sensing wire. This will go to the binding post for the positive output. This is the red wire. It goes to the battery, which you can see goes through the board right there. And that's the only thing that's connected there, right to the red battery clip. And the black battery clip, the negative for the battery clip, comes over here to the middle, connects to the black from the meter, and they both connect to the black of the circuit, the negative on the circuit. So that completes that meter hookup right there. So the only other thing we have here is this meter connection for the ammeter. This is the battery hookup. It only has the battery hookup. It's the only thing on there. I'm going to shorten it a good deal and put some shrink tube on the connections. There's no sense in putting that through the board at all, because it just goes from the meter, which is on this side of the dividing line here, and it will go to the battery. So there's no sense in putting that through the board at all, and that's where that will lie. So I'm trying to get all the board connections done first. So now the next thing I want to try to, and I'm going to try to do this without messing it up. You guys are laughing out there. I can just hear it. This, because it's white, I'm going to call it a sensing wire, because it's basically senses the output of the from the rectifier and capacitor, and this will be the output, which will go to the same place this wire goes. So these will go together on the positive binding post. I can only connect the this part of it is the only thing I'll be able to connect. So it will get connected to, and I believe it will be the capacitor positive, I think is what I'm looking at. I'm going to double check that before I connect it, but that's what I think. So we will do that and come back to you. Alright, back one more time. I have the wire hooked up to the for the ammeter, for the actual ammeter portion of it. The other end will go to the binding post for the positive, along with the this wire here from the voltmeter. So those two connections cannot be made, obviously. And the other connection that has to be done yet is this connection for the battery. That's the only thing that goes for the ammeter. So that'll have to be done. But I'm probably not going to get that done before it's time to go get girls. It's after 2 now. And I like to have plenty of time to get ready and go and do what I'm doing without rushing and fussing and stuff like that. So now this wire here is going to have to come over on this side to hook up. I don't think that'll be a problem. I think there's plenty of room by the time you put these. I'll go ahead and put this in. Now this wire here will come over the top. Now this, whoops, there's not down. Will come over here. Now this is the problem area. See, I have to go through all that. I'd rather take put a nice big hole in the middle of that somewhere and slide it through there. I think that would probably be a better option than what I'm trying to do with this. Because like I said, that's where it's going to connect. So that's how much extra I'm going to have, but I'm going to go through the middle of that circuit board somewhere and just put a hole in there to bring that through. I think that would be better, because if I try to put it up here, it's going to get in the middle of these 2 meters, and down there it won't, and I just think that's a better option for it. So I may do that before I leave, or before I quit for right now, and get that done. So I did, I don't know if I showed you or not, but I did, I think I did. Now, I'll show you later. But I did cut the box over there where the soldering iron station's at. And I can see the red light very plain now. So I don't think I'll have a problem with that, at least until I can get the other wiring done on the bench. So, anywho, I'm not gonna sign out yet, because I may come back after I pick the girls up and try to do a little bit more. If nothing else, get this hole cut if I didn't get that done, and maybe put the shrink sleeve on. I got the shrink sleeve ready to go. Get that wiring set up. I'm gonna have to cut this obviously shorter because it's way too long. I'd say the length of the battery clip itself would be fine, so I'll probably cut the other wires off. Go from there. That's probably what I'll do. So if I come back again, I'll see you. If not, we'll catch you later. Alright, back once more, YouTube, or YouTube. I forget who I was talking to. Here's the last thing I've got to do, at least until I get more stuff to work with. So I've done messed up with this. I forgot all about the switch. The other one, I'll be alright with that, because I can just break the connection at the solder joint. But the switch has got to go on there, so I can break this and do that. But I did heat shrink them. So, like I said, it's not a big deal. I'll fix that. But anyway, that's pretty much it, I think. I am back from retrieving the young ladies from school. One is done, went to work. The other one is cooking supper. And so let me get off here, and we'll finish this up on the other one. Alright, like I said, I got everything done except for the switch and things like that. There's the box. I don't have the wire coming in from the Variac, which will come in the side of the box, I do believe. I think this side here, or well, this side here, because this will be the front. So anyway, that's got to be done. And a couple other things have to be done after the switch comes in. And but I can test this, and I probably will. I'll probably run it through its paces here, either later tonight or tomorrow, one of the two. Sure, what I got going on. So that's about it. Like I say, you can hear that one over there in the background. She's over doing something, aren't you, Kylie? Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. So she's fixing me up a good supper, though, aren't you, hon? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That's all she can say is, uh-huh. Well, she has a cold. I don't know if you can tell. She just seen a bunny rabbit out the window, but he's still out there eating the grass, so I guess it'll be alright until they cut the grass. So that's about it for now, guys. You guys have a wonderful day, and thanks so much for watching. See ya.